Greetings, welcome back to the landscape. I'm in a new piece of woodland today, a bit of woodland that I've not been in before. Having a womble, having a mooch around, just seeing what's around really. The day started off relatively bleh, wasn't very appealing. Soft rain, and I think there's more rain on the horizon, but for a period of time it actually brightened up. The quality of the light warmed up, it got a lot brighter. And I've been wombling these paths with that notion in my head. I mean, it is still quite bright, you can kind of see it on the side of my head. And yeah, I mean, over there it's quite bright. Over there, behind you, it's looking a bit, So I might have to be a bit quick with this one. But I've been wombling these paths. Wombling is a good word. Because when I'm exploring somewhere new, I don't shoot through it. I always take my time and look and stop and consider and, you know, churn it around in my head. And I'm just going to show you actually, let me just spin you round. This woodland is full of all of these ferns. There's quite a few of them just here. But hopefully you can see on the back of the Osmo, from this angle, they're all backlit and they're all quite bright. The green is quite bright. I mean, these ones aren't fantastic specimens, to be perfectly honest with you, but hopefully they demonstrate the principle that I'm going to try and run through. So having spotted those ferns, those and others to be fair, I've kind of had this notion of, okay, so can I translate the quality and strength of the light into something else that's been backlit? And I think I found something that's backlit. It's a bit, I was going to say contrived. That's not fair. It's not contrived. It's one of those things that's been done a million times before and it'll be done a million times again. But let me just show you very quickly what I've seen, and then we'll have a quick look on the back of the camera. What caught my attention was this area of canopy. Now, this side of the canopy, it's quite dark. This side of the canopy is also quite dark, but there is a hole through this tree and hedge. There's a hedge here and there's the remainder of the tree is here. There's a hole that's allowing the light to come through, and what that's doing is that's backlighting these leaves here. Some are partially shading each other, some are fully lit. And I don't know whether you can actually see, but this one here has actually got a raindrop, a solitary raindrop on it, which I don't think it's going to last much longer, but I quite like that because that says something about what happened before, but it's very, very small. Now, I might take the image, look at it on the back of the camera and think, oh, do you know what, that's a distraction. But for the moment, I'm going to leave it there because it's part of my story. Right, so let's go around on the back of the camera. There's my Sigma fpL. I'm using the 70 to 200 f2.8. Nice deep lens hood to get rid of any glare. I'm using this because I'm trying to make this, this small object over here appear large in the frame. So that choice was quite deliberate. Right, so I haven't got my usual posh screen capture device, so we're going to have to do wobbly cam looking at the back of the camera. I do apologise for that. I will try and hold it as steady as I possibly can. Okay, as I say, please forgive wobbly cam. But there is my scene. So I have a mixture of the brightness in the background, highlighted leaves, some leaves in shadow, some leaves shading each other. I've tried to adopt a view where all the leaves are sort of coming in, so that you're sort of drawn into the center of the frame. hopefully taking in what's going on. In terms of focus, I've got a point part way down one of the leaves, because I mean it probably doesn't come across on the video camera, but some of the leaves, they actually sort of curl away from us a little bit. So using depth of field preview, I'm pretty sure those leaves are sharp and the background is still indistinct. So that works. We'll have that. Thank you very much indeed. There we go, that's slightly better. 2-second timer. Let's just take that whilst it's nice and still. What I have done is I've upped the ISO, which gives me a nice fast shutter speed, because as you can see there, the leaves are moving quite a lot, and it's not part of my conversation right at this moment in time. I have also decided that little raindrop, which you can probably just about make out right on the end of that leaf there, I'm going to wait till I get to software. If it bothers me in software, then I'll do something about it. But the other thing I've done is I've just pulled back the exposure by 1/3 of a stop, just to control the highlights. And if I bring up the image, hopefully no blinkies. No blinkies at all. So yeah, that's worked. I think that's a fair representation of me wambling through this piece of woodland and the light lifting and getting brighter and more inviting, and generally making the experience much more appealing. Now, even though I've found a subject that, for me anyway, does actually encapsulate my experience, the original idea came from some ferns. And I am, as I wander back through this piece of woodland, I am going to see if I can find some ferns that are backlit, because really and truly that was the original idea, not necessarily these broad-leafed trees. I'm sorry, I don't know my trees. I don't know what sort of tree that is, but hopefully you get the idea. I'm trying to create, as I always do, a summary of my experience and the atmosphere, something that says something about where I am and the place that I'm in. But I am going to look for a backlit fern. Again, quite a short and sweet video, putting across a very simple idea, but I think a very important idea. So until the next one, everybody, thank you very much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please do consider becoming a subscriber. It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time. If you've liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube. So until we're back out in the landscape again, everybody, stay safe, stay well, look after each other. Bye for now.